What's going on? We back with the Boxing Clinic and more. It's your boy CJ Goodfellow. We back one time for the one time part 2 of the Mayweather effect. Definitely, I created a playlist for this, man, so you guys can check all of the Mayweather effects that we do, and we continue more series like this with other boxers as well and their effect on the sport of boxing. But this is a popular one, and the villain is born. That's what we're gonna title part 2. The villain is born. And, and this is the fight that he did his first pay-per-view. I think it did like 350K buys with Arturo Gotti. Now, Floyd had always had problems outside of the boxing ring since he got to Vegas. And Vegas is a wild place. I know you got the Strip downtown, and you got the real Vegas that's real gritty. You know what I'm saying? It ain't all glitz and glamour like the Strip. And for a kid that was a teenager going to Vegas, he got into a lot of trouble. A lot of things off the record that I would hear in circles that he done, like allegedly punching guys in the face on the Strip and getting into it and stuff. Just young stuff. The same thing that Adrian Broner's doing. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times it wasn't televised or it wasn't taught, or wasn't said about, because guess what? Wasn't no social media around here. And also, he was Floyd Mayweather, and he wasn't as known as he was. But when you're young, you make mistakes. You do dumb things over and over again. And sometimes we get in a position where we get older and we forget we did dumb stuff. We act like we was perfect in our past. And, as a parent, I get caught up in that as well, too, and have to sit back and apologize. Like, yeah, I did a lot of dumb shit, too. I did shit worse than what, my daughter did. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes you got to sit back and look at that. But in this fight, he apparently caught a charge, and Arturo Gotti refused to move the date. I believe he's moving up to 140 pounds. He had already fought at 140, fought a few guys. The Cuban kid, or the Puerto Rican kid he had fought at 140 when nobody came to see him fight. And I think that was a turning point for Floyd. Press row was completely empty. He was fighting this Puerto Rican kid. I can't remember his debut at 140. I forget his name. And nobody showed up to watch him fight that fight. And I think that kind of had an impact on Floyd. I think that was a turning point for him that nobody talked about. And saying, you know what, man, Top Rank want me to be this nice, this nice, clean-cut kid, smile like Sugar Ray Leonard. That's not me. And low-key, that wasn't Sugar Ray Leonard. Sugar Ray Leonard had a lot of skeletons in his closet. So did Tiger Woods. So did Michael Jordan. A lot of these guys that you think are goody two-shoes are clean and cut. A lot of these dudes have skeletons in their closet, And, Floyd said, I ain't going to be one of them dudes that with the fake smile and try to be the pretty boy as far as being like the pretty clean-cut guy like Sugar Ray Leonard, because that's who Bob Arum wanted him to be. That wasn't him. Him and Bob will argue over how to promote him. He felt like Bob was being frugal. He wouldn't put billboards up in Vegas promoting his fights. And Bob really had no intentions on promoting him for real the way he wanted to be promoted, the way he should be promoted. He took control of his career, unlike a lot of these fighters today, which I will leave their name up out of it. Floyd had ambition. You know what I'm saying? Floyd had a vision of how he wanted to be promoted, and that's what you got to have. A lot of these guys today are lazy. They don't have that vision. They don't have that plan. They just want to cash a check, sign off on a contract, cash a check, and lay low, enjoy life, and do what they do and kind of flash on social media. But Floyd wanted more. It was the hunger and ambition in Floyd that created this Money Mayweather character. And Money Mayweather was really born when he fought Arturo Gotti. Before that, during the build-up. Because Arturo Gotti would move the date for Floyd Mayweather so he can make a court case, so Floyd had to cop a plea. All right, I don't exactly remember what were the charges. All right, I'm not going to say nothing that I really don't know about. All right, I just can't remember. But I'm pretty sure somebody in the comment section will remind me, okay? And how can I say this? And, he would just start dogging Arturo Gotti out. He started telling Brian Kenny what he was going to do with Arturo Gotti and how he was going to do him. He was going to do him raw. And Floyd went to Atlantic City and Arturo Gotti's house and dog walked him. And it was people that thought Arturo Gotti was going to beat Floyd Mayweather. It was really people that thought that. They always going to get people that's going to try to rationalize the irrational, especially in the sport of boxing. They always going to try to hold out hope and bet with their hearts and root with their hearts. At the end of the day, it is what it is. It was the same thing with this situation with Arturo Gotti and Floyd. And he dogged Arturo Gotti out. Dogged him out. Talked about him, said he's going to do to him, and he backed it up in the ring. That was kind of like the middle ground of an elite pretty boy Floyd Mayweather in a turn of Money Mayweather, the villain. He still had the pretty boy style, you know. He was a volume puncher, beating up on Tour Gotti, looking for the knockout. He was mad. He was really, really angry. He was really, really angry because of Tour Gotti wouldn't move that date, you know, so he can make court date. He was angry about that. And he brought that anger and that fire to the ring. When people say, well, Floyd is always defensive. Well, a lot of times the reason Floyd is defensive as well, too, is the same thing that Gary Russell was going through. They got bad hands, you know. Bad hands. You hear Floyd Sr. say, I wonder how those old fighters fought so frequently and fought 120 fights, over 200 fights, and how they keep their hands preserved. And Floyd just had bad hands. And that was the part that we'll get to a little bit later on, the reason why he fought once or twice a year. All right? But right here, he figured out that, you look here, man, I came out to Tour Gotti music dissing him. I dissed him to the build-up. People like that. I did 350K pay-per-view buys. I didn't think I was going to do that much. People like that character. People like me being the badass. Bob Arum is wrong. I'm gonna become the villain. I'm wearing the black hat. I'm black already. They already don't like me. You know what? I don't come with a fan base. So if they don't like me, they're not gonna support the fights. Like I said, he fought the Puerto Rican kid. Nobody was there ringside. They're not gonna support me. You know what? I'm gonna start promoting myself. I'm gonna start talking my shit. Forget what Bob said. You know what? Bob ain't ready. You know what? We're gonna buy ourselves out this contract. It may be James Prince and Al Heyman. He so happened to hook up with Al Heyman. I don't know how that happened, but he had a vision. He probably sat down to Al, and Al said, "Look here, woo 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 woo," and you know. And they had a vision, you know, way before the De La Hoya fight. We'll talk about that in probably like part 3. Way before the De La Hoya fight, he had a plan. He had a plan each step of the way. He knew what he wanted. He didn't know how to articulate it to the fullest extent or how to draw it how to make it work. But in a lot of great businesses, you see, if somebody with a great idea, you know, and then they don't know how to make it work, so they go get somebody else that got the money or got the business savvy, know how it works. If you watch the Social Network movie about Facebook, which was an excellent movie, you know, Mark Zuckerberg had the knowledge. He had all the knowledge, how to code and how to set up, you know, all these different things. He gave away another little application or something for free. You know, and they asked, why did you give it up for free? He said, I just wanted to. Wasn't, you know, but he had a vision. And his homeboy, you know, had the money. He had the business ties, you know, and that's the same thing here. Floyd had the vision. Floyd knew what he wanted to do. When on tour, he started dogging the Tour Gotti out and people started gravitating towards that fight. You know, he knew what he wanted to do. Al Heyman just had the plan and he had the resources to make it happen. And off the strength of them connecting, you know, him wearing the villain hat, it opened up doors for Al Heyman that Vernon Forrest, Chris Arreola, Danny Jacobs, Andre Berto didn't open up. It opened up a whole powerhouse for him. You know, without Floyd, there's no Premier Boxing Champions. Let's keep it real. And without Al Heyman, there's no $1 billion Floyd. And for people to say, go on the internet and say, oh, Al Heyman worth $15 million. You think this man that made this dude a billionaire and he ain't close to being a billionaire or a multi-billionaire? You crazy. But right here is the turning point for Floyd Mayweather. He figures out that, you know what? Fuck what Bob is talking about. You know what I'm saying? Fuck being that clean cut Sugar Ray Leonard guy. I like Sugar Ray Leonard, but fuck that. I'm going to try something different because this ain't working. I'm fighting on undercards. People ain't coming to see me on press row. Oscar De La Hoya fighting Shane Mosley. They all blowing up. I know I'm better than them. You know what? You know, and at the end of the day, people say, oh, it's ignorance. He sold himself. No, it's smart. It's business. It's business. It's not being ignorant, being selling yourself out. It's promoting yourself. It's having a voice. Well, imagine if Floyd had social media back then, man. Shit, he'd probably be a multi-billionaire right now. He'd be larger than life if he had social media right now. I mean, during them times. A lot of these dudes got a platform, but they choose not to use it. It's not just about being a villain and wearing a black hat. That's part of it. He chose to do that because he seen it with the Arturo Gotti fight. Did it work? He seen people gravitate towards that. But also, it's about self-promotion. The money in the ring, throwing the money out. Said, my name is Money. He throwing the money out. When he say, oh, we don't carry no cards. It's straight cash over here. All that, when he had all that cash in 24/7. That we get to that. We get to that part. I don't want to give away part 3, which I'll make it closer than part 2. Probably make it like Thursday, Friday-ish, all right? All right, no later than Saturday. He chose to wear that robe. And guess what? And people say, you got to sell yourself out to be ignorant. It's an act. It's just like acting. Yeah, you've seen people that in the movies that you hate. You go out there and see them and they live in their reality. You still hate them for what he did. People on the stories, your mom still hate. It's acting. It's entertainment. Same thing as WWE. You know, and that's where he kind of took that persona from the WWE. But this was the turning point for Floyd being the villain and becoming, I think this was the beginning of a force of a cash cow right here, even before he signed and got with Al. I think this was the beginning, and I think Al was the dude that had the plan. And, you know, we'll get into that as well. But, yeah, part 3, hopefully you guys enjoyed it. TBC and more. Much blessings to all the brothers that do support my channel. Please share the videos. You can screen record them, share them in your boxing group. Just tell them where they can find the page at. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. We do some good work there as well. All the links are in the description. If you want to stream some of the fights we do have, you can join our Boycott Group. The link's in the description. And once again, shout out to all the brothers. Shout out to my brother Ty Foster, Gary Benson, Georgia Boy, all the dudes that's donated, CB Sports TV, Cali Enigma, everybody, Black Horseman Promotions. Shout out to everybody that's doing supporting what we do, Black Fight Fans, 7A Sports, and the mighty LDBC. And we rolling, man. We rolling. And if you want to donate, the PayPal link's in the description. Or you can wait till we go live in the super chat. But man, you can do me one better and just share the videos and help the brand grow. That means a lot to me, man. But TBC and more, your boy CJ Goodfella. Y'all know what the business is. Part 2 in the books.